right, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you are watching this and wherever this video finds you. I hope it is in a comfortable physical space and hopefully comfortable headspace, but if not, we will work on that. My name's Jada, you might know me as flowgogirl, and if you do know me as flowgogirl, you know that this has been a long time coming. I was gonna run down the list of all the reasons I just haven't posted on YouTube, and it really just boils down to me overthinking a lot and feeling like I don't know, imposter syndrome, to put it in simple terms. But we're here because it's about movement. It's not about me. We are gonna do about 20 minutes of good, I don't know if I would call them stretches, but more just movements that I like to do on a daily basis. I want to call them videos like this. Dive on my channel. You know, those movements that make you dig a little bit deeper. So that's what I've got for you today. We are going to start in a child's pose. So whether you've got a mat or just a comfortable area, I know when I first started yoga, it was on the carpet in my bedroom, and you know what? It worked. Look at us now. We've got big Manduka over here. I actually will link it down below because I love it, but child's pose. So big toes touch. Knees come out about as wide as your mat here, and we'll start to walk our fingers toward the top edge of our mats. Really lengthening through your spine, through your arms, tenting up onto your fingers if you do want a deeper stretch. I know I love to do this. It feels so good underneath my armpits here. Maybe you drop your forehead down to the mat. And we'll start by taking a few breaths here. Take an inhale, really fill up your belly, fill up your lungs until you reach the top. And exhale, we'll sigh it out, let it go. Each time you exhale, sending your hips a little bit closer down to the earth. We'll find a breath in. And exhale, sigh it out, let it go. Feels amazing to tune into your breath. Let's take one more here. Inhale. And exhale, release. Let's slowly start to crawl our fingers off to the right side here, feeling that stretch in the left side of your body. You can stay tented up onto your fingers, or you can tent up onto them now. Maybe you want to take your left hand on top of your right for an extra deep stretch here. And again, we'll take 2 deep breaths. I'll let you take them on your own, and maybe we're in sync. On your next inhale, slowly crawling your fingers through center, off to the left side. This time feeling that stretch in the right side of your body. Option to take your right hand on top of your left and just fold over, really starting to feel your hips melt open, starting to feel more comfortable in your body, on your mat, on your carpet, and just in this space in general. Starting to recognize that the next about 20 minutes are all yours. You've got nothing else to do and nowhere else to be but right here, right now, in this moment. Let's take an inhale. And exhale, release. Start to crawl your fingers through center, and we'll walk them towards our knees to find a hero's pose. So taking your head above your heart above your hips. You can keep your knees out wide or bring them into touch. And let's find an inhale. Drive your shoulders towards your ears. And exhale, drop them back, let them go. Really opening up through your chest here. Inhale. And exhale, drop and release. Yes, one more here. Inhale. And exhale, sigh it out, let it go. From here, we'll inhale, sweep our arms out and up overhead. Palms touch at the top, gaze follows. As you exhale, palms down, sigh it out, let it go. 2 more here. Inhale, scoop it up. I always like to think of my arms moving through water here. Exhale, release. Finding one more. Inhale, lengthening through your fingers, opening up through your chest. And exhale, sigh it out. Let it go. We'll find a neutral tabletop pose from here. So just shifting your hips forward, coming onto all fours. Once you are here, making sure shoulders, elbows, wrists are all in line. Your knees are underneath your hips. Hands shoulder width apart, feet hip width apart. I always like to take the tops of my feet to the mat. You can even take a little drum roll. It always feels good. I am the upstairs neighbor, clearly, so don't want to do it too much. But you can keep the tops of your feet to the mat or spike up onto your toes. We'll find some cat-cows here using your inhale to drop your belly, lift your gaze, cow pose. Exhale, press your palms into the mat, round your spine, gaze towards your belly button. Inhale, drop and lift. And exhale, press into the mat, around your spine, let it go. You can always start to add a little bit more movement here. I always like to start by softening my elbows. So softening my elbows, arriving in my cat pose, and then softening my elbows, inhale, dropping into my cow. And just moving with your breath here. So I'm really not paying any mind to the way I'm moving, or at least the pace at which I'm moving at. Reminding yourself that as long as you're moving with your breath, you're doing it right. Maybe you want to start to wag your tail. So shaking your hips right to left. It's always so funny how that cue lands. Like sometimes it's like, oh yeah, wag your tail. Other times it's just like a fucking weird cue. I don't know. You can take your gaze right to left. Or you can go for my absolute favorite, dancing lion. I do this every single class, walking your fingers towards the top edge of your mat, taking your hips to the heels of your palms, and then glutes to heels. So just making a big circle with your hips here, using your breath, and maybe hanging out in this little cobra pose. Maybe it feels good to hang out in your child's pose, and taking these circles fast or slow, but moving with your breath, connecting with your body, really existing in it. So finding movements that feel good. They don't have to have a name. They just need to feel good. We're using this time to start to warm up our body, warm up our spines, typically for some bigger movements in yoga, but for now, just because it feels good. I say that a lot in my classes, but really I feel like it's so easy to get bogged down by like cues, and at least like alignment cues. And am I doing this pose right? And does it look good? And how do I look? Am I sucking my stomach in? All those things. And it's like, oh my gosh, do you feel good? Like, let's bring it back to that, you know? If you are taking these circles, we'll send them in the other direction. Just taking about 3 more breaths. Whew. Taking up space on your mat here and just really existing in your body. What else do we have them for? Let's find one more inhale and exhale, release. Let's meet back in our neutral tabletop pose, spiking up onto our toes, hovering our knees about an inch or so off of the mat, and making sure you press up and out of your shoulders, almost like you are in a cat pose. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release. Yes, one more inhale. And exhale, step your right foot back, followed by your left plank pose, still pressing into the mat. You feel all 10 fingers in the earth, all 10 toes, balls of your feet. Take your breath in. Exhale, release. Feeling nice and warm, inhale. And exhale, let's hike our hips up. Find your downward facing dog. So this upside down V shape, pressing your chest in towards your thighs. Again, keeping your hands shoulder width apart, feet hip width apart, and using this time to walk it out. So raising your heels, lowering your heels. Yes, I love hearing all these cracks. Alternating, bending each knee, shaking your head yes, shaking it no, and just feeling really grounded here. This is where I like to remind everyone that if you find your mind start to wander as you move, just find your feet. Remember your connection to the earth, to your mat, to your carpet, to your space. Let's take a deep breath in, raise both heels, and exhale, release. One more inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Take an inhale, bend in both knees, gazes forward, hop or step to the top of your mat. So feet find your hands, forward fold. You can always have a bend in your knees here. Let's take an inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Start to shimmy your feet out about as wide as your mat here, a little bit wider than hip width apart. You can find a bend in your knees, and we'll interlace our fingers, send that clasp towards the front of the room here. I always like to challenge myself, so try to keep the heels of your palms glued together here. Just finding your feet, feeling all 10 toes against the earth. The balls of your feet, feeling your heels dig into the mat. Let your head hang heavy, no tension. Deep breath in. Exhale, release. One more breath in. And exhale, unravel. Plant both hands down to the ground. We'll shimmy our feet a little bit closer in, so about hip width apart. Coming up high, well, maybe not high, but at least to like a flat back. You can always keep a bend in your knees here. And just starting to circle your arms out. I did this in a yoga class, maybe like, I think it was truly Monday this week. Maybe it was more of like you hang your head heavy here, but just like taking circles and letting your arms go freely. It feels really good. I hope it feels good for others. Taking your circles in the other direction. And let's take an inhale. Exhale, melt down. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, melt. Find a bend in your knees. Drive your chin in towards your chest. Come up to stand here. Again, keeping your feet about hip width apart. Palms can face the front of the room. Let's take an inhale. Raise your shoulders towards your ears. This time as you exhale, drop your shoulders forward. Yes, slightly rounding your spine. Inhale. Exhale, release. Making the movement big, making it your own. Inhale. And exhale, release. Let's inhale, sweep both arms out and up overhead. Reach up towards the sky. And as you exhale, find a bend in your knees. Sweep your arms behind you. Let it go. Inhale, we reach up. And exhale, release. These are my literal favorite thing to do ever, our little drop swings. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, we let it go. Again, you don't have to be on any special timing here. Just letting momentum take over. Inhale, reach up, like letting some other force be in control of your body. Release. Inhale. And exhale, sigh it out. Let's take 2 more here. Don't be afraid to make noise, to smack your mat a little bit, to be the upstairs neighbor. And once you're feeling about ready, we'll sweep both arms up overhead. Using your exhale to swan dive forward, find a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, plant your hands again. Shimmy your feet out wide. Take a bend in both knees. We'll plant our left hand in the inside of both feet. Reach your right arm up towards the sky. Inhale. And exhale, plant your right hand down. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, reach up. Nice. Exhale, take it down. You know the drill. Inhale, reach up. Let's find 2 more. Exhale. Inhale, reach up. And maybe you circle your arm forward. Inhale, left arm up. And exhale, take it down. What did I say? 2 more? Let's take 1 more. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, circle it forward this time. Nice. Inhale, left arm up. And exhale, circle forward. Beautiful. Let's shimmy our feet into touch. Take another halfway lift. I love them. They're such good like breath resets. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your left foot back, followed by your right. Plank pose. Let's start to just take some shoulder flosses. It's probably the absolute best technical term for them. Sending your shoulders slightly over your wrists, and then you send it back. I had the visual today that this movement of sending your shoulders over your wrists is like peering up over a brick wall or something, but instead of like lengthening through your neck, you're pushing yourself forward. Let's just take a few more here. Inhale, exhale, back. Inhale, and exhale, sigh it back. Let's take an inhale, plank pose. Exhale, drop your knees, untuck your toes, glutes to heels. Child's pose. Take your arms to frame out your legs here. Let your forehead rest on the mat. Taking a few breaths here. Whew. Like, I apologize. Actually, I don't apologize, but I'm sure the breath straight into the mic is not the most pleasant sound. Either way, we'll take 2 more. And on your next inhale, round your spine, drive your chin in towards your chest. We'll move through a hero's pose to a staff pose, so send your legs out long in front of you. You can give them a little bit of a shake here. Just let it go. And when you're feeling ready, make your way down to your mat. We'll have our knees tented up, soles of the feet on the mat. Arms can do whatever you feel. I always like to cactus them out. Maybe take your fingers behind the nape of your neck, elbows wide, and we'll just start to windshield wipe our knees from right to left. And again, just tuning into your breath, closing down your eyes. Let's find one more inhale. And exhale, release. Meet with both knees pointed up in center. Let's extend our legs up high towards the sky. Start to alternate pointing and flexing your feet here. You can wiggle your toes, roll out your ankles, and of course, this is like a forward fold, so you can always keep a bend in your knees. On your next inhale, let's flex through both feet. And I lied, we're gonna shake our legs out here. So really no need to flex. I love doing this, like take full advantage of the movement. I always just imagine I'm like getting rid of any stagnant energy. You can even do this with your arms up overhead too. It's like you're throwing a tantrum with your body. Maybe you are, but it just feels really good. Let's take one more breath in. And exhale, release. Lower the soles of the feet down to the mat. Let's interlace our fingers, shine your palms towards the back of the room. Really lengthen through your legs here. So pointing through your toes and reach up nice and long. Again, taking up space on your mat, paying no mind to any cues here. So allowing your low back to lift off of the mat. Shining your palms towards the back of the room. Allowing your shoulders to kiss your ears. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, release. One more breath in. And let's exhale, release. Start to drop your arms to frame out your body. We'll drive both knees in towards our chest. Maybe give yourself a hug here. You can start to rock side to side. Maybe you drive your nose in towards your knees. Feel a nice stretch at the nape of your neck here. Just 2 breaths. If you are lifting your head, neck, and shoulders, see if you can get your nose a little bit closer in towards your knees. One more inhale, nose towards your knees. And we'll exhale, release. Send both legs up towards the sky. Palms behind your knees. Take as many rocks as you'd like until you come up to an easy seat. I always like to take a million. It's like the best massage for your spine here. Whew, easy seat. Nice and even on your sits bones. And we'll allow our palms to gently rest on our knees here, making sure your spine is nice and long. You've got energy shooting from your tailbone through the crown of your head. Think of that white beam of light. Open your chest, lift your chin, inhale. Exhale, release. 2 more, inhale, grow tall through the crown of your head. Exhale, sigh it out. One more deep breath in. And exhale, release. Let's place one hand on our heart, one hand on our bellies here, keeping your eyes closed, repeating to yourself the words, thank you, thank you, thank you. I always like to leave my classes with these parting words. Each day, the world will pull you in a million different directions, telling you that this is important, and this is important, and this, and you need to worry about this, and this, and this. And each day, it's up to you to yank your hand back, to place it on your heart and say, no, this is what's important. Let's take a final deep breath in together. And exhale, sigh it out, let it go. I always like to stay here for a little bit. Always just feels good. Thank your body for all that it does for you, for literally walking out of bed in the morning, getting in your car, walking to work, driving, whatever you do. And the fact that you have time to move your body in this hodgepodge of ways, it's such a gift. And I hope you enjoyed. Yeah, oh my gosh, what the hell? This is so this is not crazy. I'm just being weird about it. I hope you enjoyed.